Greetings, most honorable listeners and masters of the martial arts. I am Travis.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Big Los.
And this is CTE, and this is going to be an experience for you. And if you did not know, we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour. And coming up August 26, 2023, will be the Battle of the Dojos, where it will be 8 different martial arts schools competing to see who is the best dojo in the world. Well, in that tournament, world? In the whole world, Craig. So we got Next Level, we got Pro Am Taekwondo, we got Team Leclerc, we got Team Kodo, we got Power Martial Arts, Elite Martial Arts, Ben's Victory Martial Arts, and they have one more that will be announced. If they have, I have not seen it. But
you said TCK?
So that's who?
Huh?
What'd you say? It's gonna be championship martial arts. Is that what we're hearing? It's gonna be
championship martial arts.
Championship martial arts. That's what's coming down.
I thought you said TCK. I thought that's what I heard to say.
I don't know. I don't know. I said TBA, but I don't know.
Oh, TBA. Okay. I thought you said TCK. I thought you said TKC.
It would make sense that it would be TCK.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to throw it out there. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All righty.
That'd be a nice little run, though, wouldn't it? I mean, that'd be a nice little.
It is. It's going to be a nice. It's going to be a nice. I think it's going to be a nice show, man. It's going to be a dope show. August 26th. Make sure you get the tickets at virtualfighttour.com. Make sure you follow Virtual Fight Tour on Instagram and Facebook. And if you need more information, go ahead and email them at virtualfighttour@gmail.com. Chris Lowe's, I want a different look. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, there you go. I look good. I don't know about you guys, but Chris tried to sit up.
I had to sit up a little bit. I'm almost slouched down.
I take up the whole little box, like the whole box.
How are you guys doing, man? How are you guys feeling, man?
Doing well, man. Doing good.
Doing good. Doing all
right. Anything exciting happened last week?
Nothing exciting for me. Same old. Busy.
Same work for me. But then I did go to an event this weekend.
And that's right. We will talk about that in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Los, you didn't have any business thing you had to go to or something like that?
No trips.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I went to an event on Thursday. We went to the event. Had a little comedy show with this mastermind group that I'm with locally. It was pretty cool. Guy from The Office. He was in The Office and he was an anchorman. I forget his name though. It was okay. The guy was pretty good. Say it again.
Paul Rudd or Steve Carell?
It was neither one of them.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
His name was Kushner or something like that. Pat Kushner or Dave Kushner or something like that. It was all right. I mean, it was good. It was a good time. It's a good social networking thing.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kyle?
I had a good conversation with one of the people in the mastermind group that gave me a lot of nuggets as far as just business stuff. So it was kind of cool. Like that made it worth it, right?
Okay. All right. Chris, nothing crazy happened with you this week, man. When does summer camp start?
A couple weeks. Last day of school is the 25th, I think, 24th, 25th. And so we start the first week of June.
So you got some time.
2 weeks, this week and next week.
I mean, 10 days.
That's how you know you just all you do is just on go at all times. You really don't have the accurate data when it comes. Just when it comes, you just roll right into it. Like nothing.
It's just like the lady in charge of my school with all that scheduling stuff. She's really good at that. Thank you, Katie. No, the date things.
Okay. All right. So let's get into the first
You
topic.
have 2 cameras?
Do I have 2 cameras?
Yeah.
I
Do you have a
do.
computer camera and another camera?
Oh, I'm not looking at my computer camera. The computer camera, the camera is sitting right there in front of. So that's why I got to look down at the monitor. I haven't gotten it to the point where I can put the monitor like right up under it. I've been looking for something that I can
Look at
put
the
right
camera again. Yeah, see, that's like I feel like you're looking at me now.
I know. That's why I have to get used to that. Because I'm like,
when you look, yeah, see, like right now, let's see like that. That's good. That's perfect. Like, yeah, but you can't see what we look like when we look. I get it. So
exactly. So that's why I got to get the little monitor that I can put right there, so it looks like I'm looking right at y'all, but I'm really looking down a little bit, like right there. Yeah. That's what I have to get. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm sure I got to get a little adapter and stuff like that. I got to look down at you guys. I have to look down on you. I know.
I knew that.
There were certain times where I was looking at you guys and I was like, yeah. But then y'all would start talking. I instantly start looking down.
You gotta look down at us. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm stuck here. All right. First things first.
How was your weekend? What'd you do? Did you do anything exciting?
This weekend, I mean, was Mother's Day.
Okay, yes, absolutely was.
So happy Mother's Day to everyone. I spent time with my mother and all of my aunts and the rest of the family. We all got together on Sunday. Saturday, I went out. I went to like a R&B party. That was cool. And then the last thing was I did an interview with Damian Rodriguez, coach Team Diamond. And I went to Orlando and did an interview. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm setting up a lot of different interviews, and I'll be going out across the country, setting up interviews and trying to get a couple different people to and then release that in probably August behind the competitor. So, did I freeze?
A couple times.
Yeah,
so that's what I thought, because I saw Chris's eyes were just going. I was like, I must have froze. So it is what it is. Real quick,
before you go into that, Travis, can I just say one thing real quick?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Your life is getting really boring as of late, buddy. Like I'm just telling you, like it's not, vicariously we live like for your adventure.
We do. I'm waiting for something exciting to happen, Travis. That's why we ask you every week.
You're kind of late, bro. I'm just saying, you're kind of late.
Yeah, I can't say anything about it.
You're falling into our lane right now, but I'm just letting you know, you're falling into our lane.
Yeah, you are slipping. You're slipping down in our world.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really done anything. Anyway, congratulations to Bailey. I saw that he graduated. He graduated. Yeah, so congratulations, Bailey. I saw that. So just wanted to shoot him out because he's been a supporter. I don't know. Can't remember. Didn't read it that well. Yeah. I don't know. All right, we got to get to our first topic of the day, man. First topic of the day. And it is what happened over the weekend. I wanted to talk about this real quick. Ja Morant, man. I know people are looking like, well, what? I'm like, well, it's not necessarily Ja Morant. It's more so you guys are instructors. And so I wanted to get you, and you guys are parents, and you guys are big homies to a lot of people. So I'm curious, how do you guys try and get through a knucklehead, somebody who you see has a lot of potential and they just about to waste it, and you've talked to him once? At what point do you just do you try and do different tactics with them? Are you trying to figure out like, I got to do something to try and get through to him, or what? What do you guys kind of do in this situation? Because if you had this as one of your students who has all this potential and they're about to blow it. Chris, you want to go first?
Yeah, Chris,
sure. First. Honestly, you have to try multiple approaches with some of these kids. But the biggest thing is you have to connect with the parent. Like from me as an outsider standpoint, I kind of have to make a connection with the parent, because at the end of the day, the things that you would like to do, if that doesn't really coincide with how they think that things should be handled, it's not really going to make a super huge difference because it's going to be fought against. Do you know what I mean?
No.
No. Okay. So like I think that's important. Like it depends. It depends on how old that kid is. I think I'm more talking to more of the younger perspective, not into like teens and young adults. Um, that situation, man, I guess that would be it depends.
I
You
mean,
have to
somebody
know
who's,
this
let's
person.
say, 15. Let's say somebody who's 15 and they're making bad choices. How did you get through to them that they're making bad choices? Or do you get through to them? Or do you just kind of wait and be like, okay, I'm going to be here once you land and you need to get up and I'm going to help you stand up? Or do you try and prevent it?
I do my best to prevent it. Try talking with them, try reasoning with them. Then for me, I'm a little old school. I try to give them a little more tough love, make it, kind of show them more the reality side of it, of what the path looks like if they continue to go down that route. And then there's only so much you can do. Like again, it depends on your personal relationship with that person, too. For me, most of them are quiet, just waiting to pounce.
Chris struggling over here. He like,
Man, listen, because
I'm not gonna
honestly,
jump
like,
in here.
It depends. Like, if it's a kid that I know personally and they've been around me long enough, and I know their family and I know everything, then they're probably going to get the tough love that I got. They're going to get they. So I just saw somebody like when you were talking about the job situation, like where's his parents at? Like where's somebody to shake him straight and be like, dude, you're really messing up and something needs to happen.
Well,
But
his mom called him because somebody said something to his little sister. So his mom called him to come and handle a high school kid. So, and then his dad is like there, and he's there around, but his
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a tough
Los?
situation.
So, as Chris said, it'll start first with my level of relationship with that young person, right? And if you're talking like 15, that's see, I don't think this was happening for him or with him when he was 15.
It wasn't.
You get what I'm saying? So that's a different. So now it is he's not 15, he's not 16, he's not 17, he's not 18. And in essence, from my understanding, he wasn't even about that life to begin with. It wasn't until he became into. Let me go back. It wasn't that he didn't know about that life.
Right.
He just wasn't really about it. Like he wasn't in it like that. When he became more successful and had more money, that put him in a different plethora and around different set of people, probably. Like, I mean, now he felt that he can be a part of it and be accepted within it, right? So at some point, which I'm sure people have had the conversation with, because obviously he's old enough to know right from wrong. So my question or my communication would be him is like, what's the plan? Like, what is your ultimate plan? Because if this is what you're going to keep allowing yourself to do or allow yourself to keep happening for yourself, what is the end result that's going to happen with this? And in this moment, again, when the video, again, I'm just using Ja Morant, when the video came up, I don't think his buddy knew he was going to be flashing the gun in the video.
He didn't. He tried to stop it because he started like, and tried to quickly put it down. But his buddy is the one who started it. I don't know if people noticed that, because his buddy was doing this and then he did it with just his fingers. And so that tricked Ja to think, I'm gonna pull the real thing out. And it's like, yo, what are you?
So there is a true disconnect to who Ja wants to be, who Ja is, and who Ja could become. Because all those things are going to fall into play, right? If this person I had wanted to be successful, right? And we all make mistakes. So at a young age, they make a mistake, they fall on that blade, right? They do their whole, kumbaya, I want to be better, I want to do this, but when you repeat the same mistakes, do you really want to be better, or do you want to stay in that same pattern of what you're doing? Because if that's the case, then you're only going to lead yourself to this direction. which
True.
means you won't have all the things that you wanted to have as success for you as you go through life. Because if this keeps happening, like, you know, this person's not going to keep getting these opportunities.
Right.
And for young Black African Americans in our country, when an opportunity presents itself, we have to flourish in that opportunity, because at any moment, if we're not making the right choices and doing the right things, that opportunity be taken away from us and not getting back. So that would be kind of more of the conversation that I'm sure someone's probably having with him, or I hope that someone's having with him. And then his boys got to be kind of that same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he's a professional athlete, if you're at this level and status of a person and you got to carry a weapon, let me back that up. Because he is of that level, carrying weapons probably is a good thing, because he could be having himself in an unexpected situation. But also, you're at a level where you can hire security and you can have someone kind of overseeing you in that situation.
I'm still trying to figure out, why are you showing it to everybody? Why are you showing it when you don't need to be showing it? That doesn't. I mean, you're basically trying to.
How you doing this week?
You're just trying to look cool.
Right.
At this
Is this
point,
for
you're just trying to look cool.
Like, for what?
And for what?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so that's what I mean. That's kind of, I guess if anything I said makes sense. I'm the type of person where it's like I will do my best, and then you're gonna fall where it's gonna fall.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to be that person, as we all have in our life, where it's like, I told you so. We knew this was going to happen because you kept falling down this path. But again, I mean, that's where he's at right now. So you can only change people that want to change, ultimately.
Hard head, make a soft
So-
ass.
And it's not even like giving up on it. It's like, listen, man, well, like, what do you want to do? Because again, now it becomes my time, my energy, like, you know what I mean, everything that I'm putting into to help you understand what is, and everybody know right from wrong, man. I believe we all have the power of choice.
But here's the thing about him. It's not even that he's lately, well, he's done some stupid stuff, but lately, he hasn't really been doing anything illegal or bad.
It's the perception.
He's doing stuff that hurts the perception because of what has been alleged to him in the past.
Yes.
And now it's like legitimizing what he did. He's not trying to clean up his image. And if you're not trying to clean up your image, that means your image is going to suffer, which means your money's going to suffer. Right? So that's where he doesn't understand. He's like, he's trying to act like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Like, yo, when you are in a public spotlight and somebody wants to give you millions of dollars, you cannot be making these mistakes and this same mistakes. Just
it's the maturity side, right? Like, it's a maturity side. Like, you know what I mean? And like,
yes,
like I can't trust you with my brand.
Yeah.
Because what you do doesn't fit the mold of what we need our brand to be promoted as.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you saw literally, you just got a Nike deal and you got a Nike shoe from Kyrie. They gave you Kyrie's shoe because Kyrie tweeted something. And now here you are brandishing a gun and then doing it again. Like, that's just like, dude.
And this time was actually worse than the first time.
Yes, this one is worse.
First time he had it like this, it wasn't like this one. He was like, "Yeah, what up? We bought that." Like, you mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then then of course now everywhere you go, it's going to be plastered everywhere because he was in Atlanta, I guess, this weekend at a club, and he was in there showing his fingers. I was like, "Yo, fam, all right, you wilding."
I'm making good choices.
Not all at all. All right,
but more power to him. We hope we come out of it. Whatever happens is what's going to happen.
Real quick, Los, how you feeling? It wasn't a good game for y'all yesterday. It wasn't a good game for them 76ers yesterday, man. How you feeling?
Baseball season's going right now, right?
Wait. Y'all still got Bryce Harper?
Yep.
Did he just get ejected?
Maybe. I didn't watch that game.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Wait, what's going on up there? What y'all
He
doing?
said deflections.
24 hours. We're moving on.
Oh yeah, that's
right. 24 hours, baby.
All right, I'm gonna ask this one
Like
question.
bringing up old stuff.
Do you get rid of Joel? Do you get rid of James?
You can't get rid of Joel. James can go. James can go. I don't really think you can get rid of Doc Rivers because what you're gonna bring in, like what's gonna be better? I mean, what's gonna get you like who's gonna be that person that's gonna change? Like you know what I mean?
Budenholzer? He got Giannis a ring.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think
the Sixers don't have the players. Don't have the players like how. Like I mean, and I told y'all like when I started, I didn't think the Sixers was gonna beat Boston. So when they lost in Game 6, and they had to go back to Boston, all that series, Tatum didn't really play. Like Tatum didn't really step up and play like how he can play. Like Tatum was in the MVP race for quite a while too. Like I mean, so it wasn't like he was just shooting bad. At some point, he's gonna go off. Like you mean, like I was talking, me and my son was talking. Like he's probably one of my top 5 players to watch right now in the NBA. You know, besides Dame Lillard and and I don't, like there's nobody on the Sixers that like, oh, I can't wait to watch this person play. Like there's nobody. I don't even like Joel like that. Like you know what I mean. So it's like they just my team. So it's kind of like Detroit. You just ride with them.
You just gotta throw that shot in there. I see. Okay,
right. You always want to throw shots first.
Hey,
so like,
I get it. We here. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is.
Orlando out your mouth.
But no, so I yeah, that's kind of there's nobody on the team I really like to watch. Like you mean like Tobias Harris, he could probably go, but he actually played pretty good the other day. But what were your thoughts?
Okay.
We feel the same way every week.
Every week, yeah.
Every week, see Chris. He definitely is doing awesome.
What's up, Kim?
What
are my thoughts about what happened with Philly or Boston? I agree 100%. The moment they didn't win Game 6, that was it for them. Number one. Number two, Doc Rivers, I believe, is overrated.
Okay.
Because he can't get past it. For some reason, he can't get past the conference semis. He didn't get past the conference semis with the Clippers, and he hasn't gotten there with Philly. So something there. I don't know what I just think he's like. I know everybody talks about how great of a coach. I'm like, fam.
I don't think he's a great coach. I personally don't think he's a great coach. Bruce
Brown got you. No, I'm not saying that. He got the same distance to the conference finals that Doc did. So that's all I'm saying about that.
Yeah. But Bruce Brown's not the same coach.
No. But I mean, you could get Budenholzer, Monty Williams, or somebody young, somebody that actually can motivate him. I will tell you one thing: Houston was smart to grab Ime quick because Phoenix.
He'd have been there fast.
Milwaukee. I know he's probably kicking himself right now that he could have been in Milwaukee or Phoenix or like So it's what it is.
Yeah, there's no real coaches out there. I'm like, oh yeah, like I mean, if you're not getting Eric Spoelstra, like you mean like if you're not getting someone like Steve Kerr, like you mean like you're not getting somebody like that, that's a wrap. Like you have to get someone like a Ham that can come in and kind of.
I do think Golden State's done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's too much. They're talking about Bob Myers is leaving. There's too much turmoil going on. So I got a feeling that it's going to be gone. I think it's gone. I think that whole situation is over with.
We can talk about karate.
Yeah, I'm about to talk about it right now. All right, cool. Defense. How to properly block and how to actually properly defend out here. Gentlemen, Los, this is I want you to try and figure this part out.
Well, I got to try to figure it out. There's 3 of us.
Well, yeah, because Chris started the last one.
Kind of.
He kicked off the Ja Morant stuff, and I'm always talking, so I'm gonna let you start it off, Los, and
how to properly block.
Yeah, basically, you said these days most people aren't blocking; they just kind of cover up. which is actually a bad thing in essence because you're relying on the judges to actually catch that you moved your arm in the right second, because it's a split second thing that happens there. But if you actually properly block and move that hand out the way and make sure that it is literally gone, that they're missing, or kick out the way, then it's more obvious. I'll say it that way. So your thoughts on the defense?
What is martial arts?
Chris, you have the definition of martial arts?
I do not have the definition of martial arts.
I will tell you what the definition is. Is various sports or skills, mainly of Japanese origin, that originated as forms. This is from dictionary.com, just letting you people know this. Various sports or skills, mainly of Japanese origin, that originated as forms of self-defense or attack, such as judo, karate, and kendo.
So ideally, I guess my question I was getting at is martial arts is a form of self-defense.
That is correct,
right? Is what it's supposed to be.
That is what it's supposed to be.
So if it's a form of self-defense, self-defense has to come in with actually blocking a weapon or something that's coming at you per se, right? So I mean, you can cover, boxing covers, other places like covers and things like that. But I just wonder within our sport, like how much actual emphasis is based on actually blocking the actual technique or blocking the techniques that are coming, which takes a little more hand-eye coordination, takes a little more movement of what's happening, what's coming. So again, my essence is like when I do seminars, I always say point fighting is fighting when you understand fighting, which means in the actual fighting aspect, you have to be able to block. You have to be able to understand distance. You have to understand how combinations may come and be able to check and balance and how to check those weapons that are coming at you. So I would wonder, like, how do you block a back fist body punch or a body punch back fist? Like, what are some things you feel that will have to be done in order for that to happen? What do you think, Chris?
No, I'm with you on that one because I do think it takes more hand-eye coordination. I do think it's harder to block. I think just right now what it comes down to is it's a speed thing. Like everybody's trying to be the first to take off. We've trained together before, so like gotten together and done this and had these conversations. We talk about these things. We talk about what do I do to counter block on this side versus the open stance, closed stance, where my hand is, where my body is, and what I'm checking.
Yeah, I mean, how much counter striking do you see off blocking?
That is not off blocking. Not off blocking.
The only thing that I see is people bully through a side kick with like a wall block and then follow through. That's still few and far between. In essence, you don't see like a hook and parry and a ridge hand or I don't see it as often.
Let's keep this real. In point fighting, you can block all you want. 80% of the time, the judges will call it a point anyways. That's one of the main reasons no one's blocking anymore. But is it a block or is it a
so Linda? So Linda, I agree with you 100% in what you just said, but also still understand too that if I understand my blocking components, not saying that I'm a master or anything like that, but if you understand blocking components, then you understand distance and space as well, right? So if I'm trying to block when a technique is already in the space of where it would be
close to a point
close
or
to a claw,
yeah,
right? That means I put myself in that position, right? And then again, how many times has someone said they blocked something they never really blocked it, right? So
True.
that is again when you think of like the spacing that you want to try to keep. I always try to keep, if I'm defending, I have my hand out in front, my elbows bent. I don't have my hand too close to me trying to block too close, because if I'm this close, that's not really blocking, right? I've given that more of a perception for the judge that may have felt that maybe it did. Maybe I blocked it, but it still kind of went through my hand, right? That's not really a block. So,
well,
yeah,
not everybody's trying to be first off the line, because there are a lot of counter fighters out there. There's a lot of counter fighters out there.
Right.
But
It's weird. But I don't think she's saying like off the line like directly, but moving, go. They're the first to go, I think.
even there's some people who are counterfighters. That's just what they
Yeah.
are. They don't
John.
really. Yeah, John is a perfect example who he is a counterfighter.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm always curious about when it comes to fighting is if you are blocking,
Mhm.
are you blocking just to block? Or are you blocking to defend and counter? Because if there's no counter, then you just pop, and then now it's just nothing there. It's like, oh, he didn't get me, or she didn't get me, didn't score. And if like Los was saying, if you're too close, then but you have to make it clear, but also don't reach, right? Because if you get too far out, somebody's gonna take advantage of that. They're gonna fake that. You're gonna reach and then pop. Somebody gonna come
Yeah,
from the other side.
but a lot
But
of
you
that
gotta go hit.
from being able to
What's your
react with
weapon?
your hand, right? When you're not able to react with your hand, right? It and be able to have that hand eye see what's coming and kind of react to it, and almost in a level of anticipation as well. Like you mean, like I feel like if I'm measuring your technique, I can by just to the touch of my hand, I can usually feel if there's something else coming.
Yep.
Right. If you, I mean, I feel that I'm able to for the most part. Right. So, and then most things always is kind of comes in a pattern or I don't want to say most things.
That's true.
Back in the
Rhythm or a pattern.
No. Most
a
of
rhythm.
Mhm.
Like it's there's only so many techniques that someone can do.
Yes, nobody's
Right?
throwing a hook kick, then an axe kick right after. You're going a hook kick, then a roundhouse kick. You may do a hook kick and then a side kick,
Yeah.
but you're not throwing an axe kick
Yep.
after a hook kick.
So there's
I
only
don't think I've
certain
ever
things
seen
that you can do, right? So when you say are you blocking the counter, I think off of your blocking that helps assist what your counters be because you can kind of feel the energy and how you got to respond to it. Again, this is me speaking. I may not know what I'm talking about, but that's kind of how I look at it.
Joe, you're right.
It's my disclaimer.
It is.
I don't know.
So
that's
okay, so let me ask you. So can you explain how you feel the next technique? You said when you touch it and when you're reaching, we're not reaching, but you're hitting it, but you can feel what the next technique might be.
And transparency for me, it's the energy on the first technique. If I don't feel a full commitment on the first technique, I anticipate something else is coming.
Okay.
Yep.
You get
So
what
if somebody's
saying?
not throwing a shot to hit, they just
they're just putting it out there trying to get me to react. Like you get what I'm saying? So that's more or less how I feel like I can anticipate the next thing. If somebody's gonna blitz me with the back fist or their front hand, most of the time that's gonna be a committed technique. So I either have to make sure I'm kind of getting the distance or I'm actually securely trying to block it before it gets to me. And that's when you're looking at the counter under. But if you don't feel the commitment coming, you can almost anticipate something else is coming. Again, this is what I think. You asked me, that's my take on it.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think it's all about the pressure of that first technique. You can kind of feel it the same way.
What do you feel is the proper way?
Wait, let me just get full display. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been in that space where like so I ain't like, hey, all you people don't know what you're doing today. Now I'm not gonna be that old dude. But I'm saying in general, when I felt like when I was working on my defense or I wanted to have better defense, that's what I was looking for.
All right. What do you feel is the proper way? Because we're talking about the lead hand right now. What is the proper way to block for the body? Are you still using your lead hand as the primary blocker? Like if somebody's throwing something to the stomach, are you just still using your forearm more? Are you trying to use that rear arm to because that's a thin thing, right? Like you're blocking, you're not going up and down blocking. You just covering up to one part. And if you don't, you're trying to get that arm across. So what is the proper way for people to block their body in a point fighting match? Yes, Chris. I want your question, your response on that one.
So like on a body shot, I don't think it for me with my front hand. I don't think it matters as much if it's to the body or the head. I utilize my front hand to the edge of where it can hit, whether it's high or low. If I'm too close and I have to use my forearm, I'll use my forearm rather than reach and extend with my backhand. I don't like to let my backhand leave and roam too far away from locked in position. So I guess I would still use my front hand primarily. This backhand is more of insurance policy. That's kind of when I teach the kids. Use a few different analogies. My front hand is my range finder. That's my antenna. That's what's out and about. But then the back one stays locked and loaded. Because you can't leave the base. You can't have everybody leave the base. If everybody leaves the base, then who's protecting the base? Kind of analogy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I would typically just leave that backhand there and engage with my front elbow, and then. But what's the intent behind it? What's the next technique? Like, am I blocking a round kick to my body so I can counter off with a punch, or?
Okay, I'm asking. Have you guys ever elbowed someone's ankle?
Yes, on accident, and maybe once or twice on purpose. Not trying to like jam somebody's elbow, but covering into a wall and your elbow comes down, you hit people's ankles. People hit my ankle once a month easily.
Los?
I'm just a big guy.
So you've never done it on purpose? I'm just asking this question.
I never done it on purpose.
Hmm.
But I feel that my defense is strong enough that if my defense is strong enough, that person that hits the frame of my defense is going to have some kind of impact from it. You
Would you
what I'm saying?
consider that? Would you consider that to be a dirty move?
Dropping your elbow on someone's ankle or something like that?
Yeah, when they're kicking, throwing a side kick. Like if you put your arm out there, give them a target, they throw the side kick and you drop the elbow on it. Would you consider that to be a dirty technique?
So if someone did it to me, I'm probably going to punch him right in the face.
Real hard. Real hard.
So I don't know if that means it's dirty or not. But I know if you did it to me, I probably would not be happy.
And it also depends. And it also depends on where it hit me. If they're dropping their elbow and it like just catches on like the tip of my foot where it's more of a block, or if that like my foot hit the body and then they drop their elbow on top of my ankle, because there's a little bit of a difference in that. I've had both.
Well, it's just a matter of speed, right? If they get there they get there fast, they get the toes. They got the toes. They get the instep. They get the instep. They get the ankle. They get the ankle. I'm curious if you guys would consider that to be blocking.
Yeah, I mean, you're blocking it. I'm trying to hit you in a certain spot. And you drop your elbow. That's a block. Like I don't see why it wouldn't be a block.
Oh, absolutely.
So then it wouldn't be a dirty technique.
See, so what you're saying is I'm talking about the intent behind what you do, though, right? So that's
that's exactly what I was getting ready to go with.
You just go like that. Like you mean like that I might feel a certain kind of way about that.
Well, the intent is to stop you from kicking me.
I can say that I've had an elbow dropped on my on like the blade of my foot, like on the, my side kick hit, but I got the blade. Like you mean like so like my foot was inside, but the elbow came down on top of my blade, and like it gave me like a nice little knot on it. But I didn't feel that was like deliberately trying to injure me. Like you know what I mean? Like you were defending. Right. Like that there's a big difference. Like you know what I mean? So like
they show it.
So again, if you show it, I know that I'm gonna put my heel in your ribs so hard that you ain't gonna want to drop that elbow. You're gonna want to cover the body. Show it to me, please.
Show it to me.
Let's try it. Let's try it, Travis. Let's try it. I'm old. I'm way heavier than what I used to be. I would love to see how that works out. You drop your elbow on my kick. I get my kick to your ribs. Let's go. Why are you thinking about it? Stop thinking about it. You don't want that. You don't want.
I've done it. I've done it. Do you know where I've gotten this from? Right.
I know where you got this from. Yeah, you from the old school.
That's why I'm just curious. It's like,
Old
you guys
school
ever
Detroit,
done it?
Chicago people. You always got the little dirty, nasty little tricks.
But it's not dirty. It's just blocking. It's blocking. It's stopping you from trying to throw that kick under there. Like, yo, what you gonna do? Pow! Now I can back fist it because you don't want to throw that kick anymore. Because now you're like, yeah, pow, back fist. Now what?
That's all old school right there, baby.
I'm just curious about that. It just came to me about that. Throwing that.
Hey, Shay, what up? You don't see nobody else? That's how it is. Just everybody coming to talk to Chris. Nobody want to talk to me and Travis.
I
Let's see how it is.
guess. Hi, Travis. Hi, Lowe's.
Thank you, Chris. Somebody.
Right?
Yeah. No one says anything.
Crickets.
Anyway, but all right, cool enough. Think we've exhausted that. Karate Combat this weekend, people.
Yes, sir.
I will be. Hey, I got a hi.
You got a hello. I got a hi.
I got a hello. Yeah. But yeah, and you notice our names are a little lowercase, just so you know that. Just Chris got to suck, Chris.
I wasn't.
We got the lower cases, but
Oh, man.
but
Oh, wow.
yeah, this weekend, Karate Combat. We got some of our people who are going to be competing. Some of our sport martial arts people will be in the building competing. We got Raymond Daniels, we got Elijah Everill, down in Miami. So make sure you guys tune in and cheer and support and all that good stuff. All right. We got anything else, man, we want to talk about? We can get out here and let Chris go home and get something to eat.
I'm gonna do that little plug though. Now, for anybody that's coming to the battle,
Talk about thank you.
What?
No, we both bigger than Chris anyway, so we should have bigger legs.
Nah, if anybody's coming to the battle, Sunday, Father's Day, we're gonna do an elite camp workout.
Is that Father's Day?
Training session. That's Father's Day. Because you know Father's Day.
Chris, well, you went to a tournament over the weekend, or you went to somewhere over the weekend?
I did go to a tournament over the weekend.
That's right,
Tony
Chris.
Young and Dustin Shavanik had a fighting only tournament here in Atlanta, and alongside of it, we ran a dojo, an all dojo event as well. So there were kind of two tournaments within the tournament. Shout out! There was good division. Jalen beat Dwight. Kevin beat Jalen, and then Anthony Hewitt, and then beat Zion from Abaya School, and then Kevin and Ant split.
Gotcha. Hey, I say these shirts they be coming kind of late though. You have to hold off on that shirt. It's in the mail, as Travis would say. It's in the mail.
No.
It's in the mail. I don't know.
Kevin,
Kevin and Anthony Hewitt split it.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Cool beans.
I was shocked that Kevin was up there, but yeah, makes sense.
He's still living down in Atlanta, right?
Nah, he's in Orlando.
Right,
He's in Florida. Stanford.
Wow.
He's in Florida now?
Him and Devin are down there
See
teaching.
how much I know.
I don't know. That's why I'm doing these interviews, man, so everybody knows stuff. But it is what it is. Anything else we gotta talk about? No. Watch out, some videos are coming out. They're gonna be entertaining. They're coming out on YouTube, and this week, actually, tomorrow should be or today, whenever you guys are listening to this on the podcast. If you guys listen to this on the podcast, yeah, there you go. Chris, you need a shirt.
Good luck. Somebody already stole one of my shirts.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
last week on Inside Scoop was Kappa. So make sure you go. They had a good interview. Go back and listen to that. Listen to the
Nah, it's good. They're making moves. I got to sit in and be just a fly on the wall with them. I like the direction that they're working towards.
What he says a players meeting is coming. Coaches and Players Association.
Oh, it's like a union?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, yeah.
It's like the beginning of a union.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Okay.
It's the start of a
all right.
union. So we'll see what happens with
This is Jesse. This is a J Ray thing.
Actually, it's a collab.
Josh,
It's
Jesse,
Josh,
Conroy,
Jesse.
like yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
And what is the goal behind it? Or did they already talk about that? And I gotta go listen to the other show.
Go listen to it
You
on,
gotta listen to the
on
show.
the Inside Scoop, man.
You can
They
come
had
to
the
the
whole-
players. You can come to the players meeting if you want to come. The 23rd.
I
He's
can
not a
come?
player anymore. He's not a player anymore.
It would be nice to have him.
I'm not a player. I just crush a lot.
I from a mile away. See that come.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Yeah,
Los, you going to see Fast and Furious this weekend?
Fast and Furious this weekend?
Yeah.
The one with Vin Diesel and the Jason Momoa goat, whatever his name is?
Yeah. Momoa.
No.
Figured that was coming.
Hey, Kristen, ain't nobody call you out. I just said somebody.
Somebody what?
No,
Uh-oh.
no,
Chris, you got to get your shirts. You can get all your shirts lined up down there, Chris.
No. It's already gone. She stole it. She admitted it. Oh, it's a Brit. I didn't call nobody out. I didn't say no names.
Gotcha.
Okay. All
Travis,
right.
you got anything else? Jesse, why you come out so late? We had a whole conversation, bro. Like we had a whole you've been great for that whole defense conversation. Like you were one of the best.
Listen, Jesse would have been told you use your footwork and get out of there, and you ain't got to use defense.
Yeah.
Well, that is part of defense, but it was no blocking.
That way it is. It's 100% defense, but it's not blocking. There's a difference between blocking and never mind.
See, he said he was there.
No, I don't have anything else, man. I don't think I have anything else besides Jesus was broke. There was a conversation on Twitter. They were saying they were arguing. Yeah, there was a conversation on Twitter. They were talking about Jesus being broke. It's like, is Jesus broke? And some people were like, no, he just wasn't rich. And they were arguing whether Jesus was broke because he was homeless and he was just walking around, So it was an argument about whether or not Jesus was broke. Do you guys think Jesus was broke?
I'm not going to with you, brother. I am not going to with you. I am not, Travis.
This is why I don't do the Twitter.
I'm just saying. That's what he was talking about.
Just do that, me.
No.
I mean, only other thing.
All right, Los. So we just gonna blow by right now. We're gonna blow right by that one. We all good.
I mean, that's all I had to say. I mean, yeah, I gotta go find Megan Good and tell her not to go down that rabbit hole she's going down. All right, people. I will see.
See, Travis is like, he's a little more excited than ours is.
Yeah. Hey, look, if we're gonna have to talk just about life, then we can do that about, y'all want to talk about karate. So, anything else? Nope. All right, we're gonna be out of here, people. We will talk to you guys next week. Just so everybody knows, we are not going to be on for Memorial Day. So enjoy your Memorial Day in 2 weeks. But I'm just letting people know we're not gonna be on that day. And that sets us up for the 200th episode of CTE. Will be the weekend of the battle. So we are planning on trying to do something special. We'll let you guys know what we're going to end up doing. And in that note, we are going to get up out of here, people. We will see you guys next week, and we will be talking about karate combat. All right.
Yes, sir.
See y'all later.